We're coming to you from Bailey's Point at Barren River Lake in southeast Kentucky. Welcome to another campground tour. In these tours, we always give you a bike tour, our favorite sites, things we like and dislike, possibly things to do, and would we come back? So let's break it down.
Let's do it.
Good morning or good evening.
If you're watching me, I'm sorry.
If it's that early and you've not had your coffee and you're watching us, we're sorry. No, a lot of you guys view us on Sunday mornings. Thank you for that. We'll have our coffee with you. So cheers. Oh, and speaking of coffee, we're just going to throw this in real quick. This is not sponsored. This was a gift given to us. And Caleb from Work Life Coffee sent us a free bag of Night Shift, their dark roast, and a cool little mug, just to be kind and say, hey, if we send you a free bag of our coffee, would you mention us on your YouTube channel? And of course, I'm like, free coffee? Heck yeah. And it's small business. We like to support a smaller business, veteran owned. So you guys check out Work Life Coffee. I'll put a link in the description.
Any business in my mind, it's veteran owned.
Yeah.
They get my money. So I really, the veteran community is very special to us. We do a lot of work with veterans, and so he sent me a cool coffee mug. So you know what? And I'm a sucker for a good coffee mug. So
yeah,
good coffee. So there you go.
The mug was a surprise. So thank you, Caleb. That was sweet, and it's good. It's dark and bold. Okay, moving on to the video. So Bailey's Point. Where is this place?
Bailey's Point Campground, which is a Corps of Engineers campground, and we are in it has a Glasgow, Kentucky address, but if you look at a map and you can find Glasgow and you can find Scottsville, Barren River is between the two, and we are in between them. So yeah. it's a Glasgow address. Yeah,
so if you're local to Kentucky, you probably know or have camped at this place before. This place always seems to be packed, booked on the weekends, throughout the whole season that it's open. Lots of tight campsites in here. When you pull in, it seems like there's campers and trucks and cars everywhere.
Yes. But
they do kind of lay it out well to where your actual little site has its own little private spot.
Right.
So it's not awful.
No, it's in loops. And so...
yeah, there's like 5 loops. A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, 6, but F is out of the question. It's been closed for a while. So A through E. And
so if you camp here and you get on the outside of the loop, it's pretty private. It's, for campground private. If you get the inside of the loop, then it's more of a campground where you have, basically somebody in your yard.
Yeah.
So
on the inner parts of the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that being said, is like we're in A13 and we're on the outside of the loop, and when you look out like our camper side of the door, there's nothing but trees. Mm-hmm. So which is nice. So it does do a good job, and it's kind of what you would expect from a Corps of Engineer park, mm-hmm. the way it's laid out, and as far as the amenities go. But it's we were hesitant to come here just because of we like our full hookups and everything that comes along with it. And we've actually really enjoyed ourselves this weekend. Yeah,
so no full hookups, but some of the sites have electric, and then there's a mix of everything. Some don't have electric at all, and there's tent camping, and you guys know how it is. Well, the reason why we're here is because we just wanted a close to home, quick weekend trip that was inexpensive, and we could just chill out, classic camping style, not a whole lot going on, not a lot to do, enjoy the weather, enjoy the trees, and enjoy the Kentucky Derby. We were unsure because we actually never stayed in this campground before. We really needed good internet and good cell phone service because we do still have a little bit of work to do on the side, and I wanted to make sure we had TV so we could watch the Derby this weekend, and which we'll share with you in a little bit how much money we won, because we did win.
And so the internet thing, so we do have the T-Mobile Hot Home currently, because they're apparently like T-Mobile is being stupid, and now they're going to charge us a lot more money for stuff. T-Mobile worked great here. If you have a Starlink, you're going to have an issue because we're under tree canopy. Mm-hmm. So much so that when I wanted to do my drone, I brought my drone because all you guys know I do my drone videos. I was going to have I would have trouble getting it out from underneath the trees. That's how heavy the tree canopy is here. I could do it. You'd really have to pay attention to getting out above the trees. Yeah,
so no drone video in this one today. Let's run through Jarrett's bike tour.
World famous, by the way.
World famous. Let's do it.
Derby Weekend 2024. We're at Bailey's Point Campground, which is a Corps of Engineers High Valley Park. on Barren River Lake. So it's right outside of Glasgow, kind of between Glasgow and Bowling Green, Kentucky. So anywho, so this is just me riding around, looking around. So this is what I would call a pretty typical Corps of Engineer park. The sites are pretty good size. Some are more level than others. No full hookups here. They're all, well, I don't say no full hookups, but everything is pretty much electric and water. So we don't have sewer. There's plenty of dump stations around here as far as like when you leave. But it's just a nice big campground. For us, it's close to home. Barren River Lake, I think I read somewhere, is like 10,000 acres or something like that. I could be wrong on that. And if I am, I'm sure some of you will let me know. So like these sites here are asphalt. This is A27, so these are asphalt sites. The site we're on is gravel. It rained a ton yesterday, so everything's pretty muddy. But it's, we like this place. Wasn't sure how we, you know, this is not normally where we kind of camp. So I didn't know how we would feel about it when we got here. But we actually really like it, and we'll come back for sure. So this is, if you bring your boat or your jet skis or whatever you got, this is where you would park those, your trailer. And there's a boat ramp. There's a road that runs behind these trees here. There's a boat ramp back there. I have not been in the bathrooms or the showers to see what they're like, but I expect them to be, well, like a state park. There's a little amphitheater over there. Hello. This kind of reminds me of camping before COVID. Everybody's really friendly here. They wave. Everybody stops and talks. Maybe it's just because it's Kentucky and a lot of Kentucky people, but yeah, it's really nice. So here's Barren River Lake, and the lake is still down. So they are not the summer pool yet, but they're getting there. Not really sure how far water comes up here. I'm guessing they're where the kind of the rock changed color, but I could be wrong on that. So if you can see that there, it looks like a little beach area. So I'm assuming water comes up there enough for them to have a beach. These sites here appear to be, this is B48-ish, appear to be water only. I don't see any power pedestals or whatever. And then I think where this camper here starts electric again. I didn't charge my battery. Hopefully I get through this okay. I'm sure I will. My guy brought his jet ski with him. This is going in the C, D, E, and F areas. And there's one of them really pretty Brinkleys. Oh, it's a big one.
You kind of get the basic idea of what this campground is, because there's a lot of water views, but it just depends on like how the trees are situated, if you actually get to see it or not.
Yeah, I mean, like our site that we're in, what is it, A13? It's technically like a water view lot, but because there's a forest between us and the lake, not much of a. Yeah, I was expecting like gully washers.
So as you can see, there's some really nice waterfront sites here, and we're gonna break down our favorite sites. So Loup Bay.
So we're on 13, and 13 is nice, but 12 is better, which is right
next
there.
door. Our neighbors have a little hole through the trees so they can see the water too. So we like 13, it's private, lots of trees, but also like 12. And then was there another one in A? Oh, there's 2 more in A. Site 22 at the end of the loop, and 23, because those back up to the water, nice water views, big sites. 22 I think is my favorite in Loup Bay.
So I think if you have one of the campers that have like the rear living room or the rear kitchen, those 2 sites would be awesome, because when you look out that part of your camper, you're going to see nothing but lake. No neighbors, just water. If you have a bunkhouse, you don't want to give your kids that view, so I would pick a different site. So I would
non-paying customer kids.
Yeah, they don't
deserve the waterfront view.
So just pick we'll get better sites for you. So, but no, all jokes aside, if you do have that rear kitchen, I think that was one of the sites that I would love to get into, because a lot of our living space in our particular camper is in the back.
Okay, in Loop B, we really like site 42 and 3. They're right on the corner of the water, and you can see in our B-roll here, but they do not have electric. So we're bougie like that. We like electric.
Something about being able to run your hair dryer after a shower is really important.
Yeah. So I don't know that I'll book those, but 45 and 46, right up the way, they got electric.
And just as nice. Just as nice. I think the thing on the corner ones are nice because of the way they kind of center at an angle, like you're there by yourself. The other 2, what were they, 40 what?
45 and 6.
They're nice too, and they're right there on the water, so that's really just pretty.
They probably have the best view in the whole campground. C, we only really like 1 site in there, and that's C4.
So C4 is kind of in like the channel, a little channel or bay. It's not, I mean, the bay would be misleading to say it, but the way that one's set in, we like that one because we have the front bench in our bedroom with the big window in the front of our camper.
Yeah. We are currently standing at the view of C4.
Not the explosive, but
the campsite, C4.
There goes somebody tubing.
This is the front view. And let me just go ahead and turn that around.
Nice Brinkley.
This right here where the Brinkley is C4. So, there's some trees, whatever you, if you have a front bedroom like us with the window. Dun, da, da, da.
Very pretty. I like it.
For us, is like the perfect view of the lake.
Yeah, the way that Brinkley was sitting in there, that front window of the front of the cab of the sport truck would, that window seat we have, we love it so much. That would look right at the water, and
yeah, that'd be really pretty.
And even just coming out of the front door, you can kind of see a really nice view. But D has some good sites too, and we really liked 7, 8, and 11. I am currently standing in the middle of D7. So it's a little uphill. Here comes Jarrett. And look, you can see right over the camper down there, which is D8.
This is weird. You'd almost...
So is it a pull-through?
It is.
Here's your fire pit, lantern hanger, and picnic table.
Alright, so on this side here, it's odd because you'd really want to pull through to have your camper side of the camper here.
We would pull through in the way you drove in, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But then your electric's on the wrong side and your water's on the wrong side.
Oh, true. So if you pulled in, actually, like our door would be facing the water.
But then this would be the back side of the camper.
Yeah.
So this is kind of an odd site.
That's okay though. It's like it's got a little privacy back here.
It does.
And then you can sit on your front patio with your chairs and your front door and see all this beauty. I'll show you from up here. This is D6. All 3 of them waterfront, great sites.
So we picked sites that were fairly easy to get into, relatively level,
And have electric.
and have electric and water view, except for the 2 and B that didn't have electric.
Yeah, so
those
that's pretty much it. We don't really care for many in Loop E. I think they're just too small.
They
might
are.
be for smaller campers.
And then for those of you who are crazy in boondock, the 2 and B would be really good. But for those of us that are normal and like electric, I'm joking, but the other, there's plenty of other sites with electric. We'll let the boondockers do the boondocking thing.
Yeah.
And Valerie
We're
can
just
have
not
a hair
quite
dryer.
there yet. Hey, what can I say? I like my amenities and electricity and all the things. Okay, likes and dislikes. I like all the trees here, except I dislike all the freaking bugs.
Cool.
So that's why I like the waterfront sites with no trees. And Loop B, 45 and 46, I'll take those. No bugs, please.
Honestly, like my biggest like of this campground is this campground kind of reminds me of camping. And I don't know if it's Kentucky or the time of year or what it is, but it reminds me of pre-COVID camping with the way that the people talk to you and react to you. Everybody's super friendly, waves. If you're outside doing something around your camper, someone's going to stop and chat with you.
That might be due to the fact that this is a lot of locals.
Could be. It could be. There's a ton of Kentucky plates in here.
I mean, we're from Kentucky. We're not biased or anything. Just saying,
It's the
Kentuckians
best.
are friendly.
I'm not biased at all. It's the best state in the country.
I mean, look, do y'all like my Kentucky camper shirt? It reminds me of a little, like an Airstream. The state of Kentucky in the shape of a camper. Who doesn't like that? But it reminds me of Airstream because it has a banner. Can't remember. Was it here? And it's just like very festive. And I think Airstreams are very festive.
Very shiny.
I would consider an Airstream if they would put a slide in one. But I just don't think that's going to happen.
If the world would come to the end and you had an Airstream, you could cut a little piece of metal off of it and go fishing and you could catch fish. And you would survive in an Airstream.
Okay.
Because fish like shiny things. So it's like a giant fishing bait.
Firewood. You can have your own real firewood pit. I like that. You guys know, and we like bougie campgrounds, but sometimes they only allow you to have propane and no real fire. And of course, this is like classic camping in the woods. You can have a fire in your fire ring.
Yes.
And tell them about the firewood guy.
So there's this dude. He's in my phone as a firewood guy, but
This Kentucky dude.
Yeah, real nice guy from Elizabethtown. He told me his name, Curtis. Curtis is his name. And
Hey, Curtis.
The only reason I remember Curtis is because you can Venmo him. But when you come in here, if you see see a set of random gas pumps next to a storage unit, if you wheel in there, there's a sign on the right that says call or text Firewood 24/7 and he will bring it right to you.
Just sitting here waiting on the firewood guy. Should be here any minute.
Just hanging out. It's a nice night.
Special delivery. Here he comes. That's pretty cool. Gotta love Kentucky.
And it's actually decent firewood, so I was actually really impressed. This is one of the few times that I felt like they sell you firewood based on weight due to water content. And so it was, I was impressed. And he's a super nice guy, and you can get as much firewood as you want. He puts them in these big potato bags, which
And
really
it was good firewood.
Yeah.
And speaking of, like, when you were talking about the location of where to meet him, there's a little sign out there with his phone number. You can just call him and Venmo him. It's perfect. But that's another thing I like about this campground is, like, the drive in is really pretty. Like, classic Kentucky views. There's a dairy farm up the street. Is it dairy?
It's a dairy farm.
Yeah. All those cows up there. And I don't know, just the rolling green grass overlooking the lake. And there's some really cute, like, there's this strip of really nice Airbnbs there on the lake too. So it's just a really nice area.
Coming into this campground is about as Kentucky-esque as you get. One of the things that really struck me as a good surprise was when I was getting set up, I was hooking my camper up, and I was fully expecting a 30 amp service, and they have a 50 amp service. And that was like, I was like, 50 amp? What? Oh,
right.
Sweet lottery.
Electric, 50 amp. It's got to be 50 amp.
Doesn't have to be 50 amp, but 50 amp is better.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then we can run the ACs and Valerie's hair dryer.
And the microwave, and my smoothie blender.
And the coffee thing all at the same time.
Need it all.
We can turn on every appliance we have at once.
True camping. Oh, the price. Who doesn't love the price of a Corps of Engineer campground? Was it like 28 bucks?
At 28 bucks a night.
Yep. I only have one dislike.
I have a couple.
Okay. The bugs. Period. End of story. Done with bugs. Hate mosquitoes. Hate ticks falling from the trees. Even though you say ticks don't fall from trees, I still believe that they do and need to wear a hat because it freaks me out.
They only fall from trees on you.
It's just, I love that Kentucky offers so much greenery and all the trees, but it also comes with a price, and that price is getting bit to hell by mosquitoes.
It must be your blood type.
It is.
Because they don't.
I have the sweetest blood ever.
And I must have the meanest blood ever because they don't hardly mess with me. So, but I think my biggest gripe, and this is like, this doesn't have to do with Bailey's Point. It's all Corps of Engineer. Well, most Corps of Engineer parks I've been to, or state parks, is the sites. I wish they would get them level left to right, or front to back, but they're always like
one or the other.
But these guys are like, they're not level in any direction. So, you know, it takes a little more work to get them in level, especially for those of us who aren't bougie and have automatic levelers, which is fine.
Well, we've had those before too. If you followed us very long, you've seen our bougie campers.
And so we, I wish they were just, you know, like if they could just be level left to right, I can get it front to back a little easier. But, you know, it's cool. It took me an extra 3 minutes.
You got up on those chalks pretty good, I think, this time, and they like kind of dug into the sand nice and firm. It looked good.
Well, they sunk because we got here right after a monsoon torrential gale force hurricane thunderstorm.
Yeah, and that was another thing too. Like, bring your solo stove maybe if you have one. They do have the rings that you can pick up and move here, but ours was in a puddle when we first pulled in, and I was like, did you bring the solo stove? Because I think we're going to need to rearrange this site a little bit.
Yeah, so it's
and the first night, that solo stove was great.
Yeah, we burnt the fire ring the second night, but like Val said, the first night we got here, and that was probably one of my other dislikes, is it rained and our site like was holding water, which is, again, you know, it's camping, whatever, not a big deal, but it's the water, you know, the unlevelness, and then it's like I had a puddle in the middle of my site. That was like, you know, I know my diamond shoes are too tight, but those are two of my gripes.
Yeah. Another like is there is good internet here and good cell phone service. I was worried, but I have AT&T. I had about 3 bars. I had no problem texting and calling.
Verizon, same.
Okay, and then we were able to watch the Derby all day long, and it was great. And it was a great Derby. Good weather here in Louisville for that event, and I mean, we're Kentuckians. We watch the Derby. Sometimes we go to the Derby. This year we didn't. We haven't been in a while. Usually we go to Thurby.
Don't tell them about Thurby. You'll run it. All these people will show up for Thurby. Y'all don't.
Excuse me. Go to the Oaks on Friday and then go to the Derby and overspend on a higher ticket sitting by, you know, Travis Kelce apparently in Millionaire's Row and go on Derby day. Actually, I would recommend that to people who are not from Kentucky. You got to go to the Derby, but Thurby is the Thursday before, and that's when most of the locals go.
It's just as fun.
Yeah, but they have stuff at Churchill Downs all year long. Mother's Day breakfast and brunch, and we've been to those, and night races throughout the summer. It's awesome. But the Kentucky Derby is what I wanted to do this weekend. Sit around and watch it at the campsite, and that's exactly what we got to do. Our particular sport track doesn't have an outdoor TV. We watched it inside, which was fine because this whole weekend it was like on and off rain showers, and I think we would have preferred to sit outside and watch it, but I had a great time, and we bet on a few races.
Mr. Wireless on the inside, Minnesota ready, and Gun Pilot is the trailer racing for the far turn. We're close. And here comes Gun Pilot, rushing up on the
Tell you if we win. Woo! Second win! Look how much we won.
$104?
Yep.
Look at you, Miss.
Technically, we won like $60 because the bet was 45 on 3 horses, win play show.
I'm just happy that you're in a green number, not a red number.
That's right.
Let's go with that.
Well, we're going to take our winnings and bet on the main race.
So we're going to lose our money. What are you going to
I
take?
don't know. We might triple it or like quadruple. We might 5x it, Jared.
Yeah. You're going to be broke. She's gonna start out with $106. I'm not gonna say it. We'll just let's hope we're pleasantly surprised.
You know me. I bet money in cheeseburgers. I bet a couple cheeseburgers. You know, good cheeseburgers.
Gosh, she eats $20 and $30 cheeseburgers if that's the case. But it is.
I eat good cheeseburgers.
She talks about cheeseburgers all the time.
I'm not worried about losing a couple cheeseburgers. It's fun.
If I'm betting cheeseburgers, I'm betting White Castles. She's over there betting. You know,
Burger Bowl.
No, probably more like Hell's Kitchen burgers.
Even better.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. I bet on race 8, the Pat Day mile, and won right away. How much did I win in that race? Like $104?
Something.
And then I bet on like race 9 or 10. I can't remember. I have it written down.
I bet on one race.
He bet on one race and lost.
Horribly.
And then we bet on the main race and pretty much won it all back. Thanks to Sierra Leone, who came in second, and I bet on that horse win place show. We originally put in $105. That's how much we bet. Like, that's how much we put in up front. And after betting on 3 or 4 races, we ended up making $80. So that was cool. We won a little bit, we lost a little bit, and we won it back. And we ended up profiting $80.
Which, honestly, it pretty much paid for a weekend.
It did. So thanks to the Kentucky Derby, we got a free stay at Bailey's Point.
Free camping. Who doesn't like free camping?
Here, at least here in Kentucky, on Derby Day, you get the whole day of events. They show all the trainers. You get to learn about the stories behind the horses and the owners and everything. And it really helps you decide like who you feel really strongly about and who you want to put your money on. And so it was like I was watching all the stories, and that's what makes the Derby so interesting throughout the day. And I probably had like 15 horses I wanted to bet on. And we bet on 5. And that's a lot. I couldn't just put my money on one, but we kind of spread it out over 5 horses, and thankfully I put the biggest bet on Sierra Leone, and he, excuse me, but it sounds like a she name, so he pulled it off.
So things to do at this campground, really this is a lake campground, so you can ride your bikes, you can go kayaking, you can go fishing with a license. It is that kind of campground. As far as like amenities outside of the campground,
nothing.
You're gonna
bring your food.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, there's a Dollar General. It's not too far away, and there's some gas station stuff. It's not too far.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you're going to stay here thinking you're going out to dinner somewhere, you're going either to Bowling Green or you're going to Glasgow. Well, Scottsville. But so you got that. One thing that's really cool about this campground, especially being a Corps of Engineers, is there's actually a boat dock in the campground. So if you have your water toys, your boats, your jet skis, things that we don't have, you can absolutely bring them and put them
things we really want but don't have yet.
That you can put them in the water.
Yeah, and bring all your toys.
And you can beach them right up here in the campground, which is nice. So
yeah, that's it. Like classic camping by the lake. It's amazing. We'll definitely be back.
Yeah, if you're looking for a campground where you just can like take a deep breath.
Yes.
And chill out.
Yes.
And dude, I felt so lazy yesterday. I felt like I was like abnormally lazy yesterday is kind of how I felt. I'm like, I should be doing something.
Well, we go. We always go. And it is hard for us to sit down all day and do nothing in our gym shorts and sweatpants.
Yeah, I didn't even put real pants on yesterday. I have khaki shorts on today, but I literally like wore gym shorts and my camouflage Crocs so you couldn't see them all day.
I think this is a great place to chill outside of, you know, like the family noise and the noise of kids and kids riding bikes and crying babies and things like that, because this is definitely a good family campground. But it's so packed in, you have the noise of other families, so it's not the quietest place, but it's definitely family friendly and beautiful. We've rambled long enough. If you're still here, thank you. Please hit like so that helps our videos get pushed.
And subscribe if you like us long enough to watch us talk about nothing for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So you obviously like us, so subscribe. For my mother-in-law, who's probably the only one still watching, good morning, Diane.
Dad and Mickey.
Louie.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll talk to you next time.
No, we know we have good Sunday morning viewers too. Cheers to y'all Sunday morning viewers.
Have coffee on.
Yep.
I would say on me, but I don't know where you live, so just have some coffee.
Reach out to Caleb. Well, you don't know Caleb, but order you some work-life coffee.
We'll put his information in the.
We'll try to.
In the description.
I think you can order it on Amazon. Yeah. All right. Cheers, y'all. See you next time on our next adventure.
Have a good day.